Welcome back to WeCars 24/7. Today we are taking the 2JZ FRS to the drag strip finally for the year. It's been a fun year of like street driving and stuff like that, but we're ready to go. Last year we went and ran 958. Got a couple new things on the car. We're gonna go see if we can run 8's, maybe. In the 8th for sure, maybe in the quarter. Got the trailer all packed up, of course. My son had to have the four-wheeler in there also. Really important when you go to the track is if you break the car, which is a good possibility, what are you gonna do after that? That's some fun, do that. Well, the trailer's all packed up and loaded, so we'll close this thing up and get on the road to Brainerd, Minnesota. Well, we are on the road to Brainerd. We're going up to Brainerd International Raceway for an event that used to be called Proving Grounds, but now it's called Karmageddon or something like that. But it's basically drifting, drag racing, road course, all in one weekend. I've been to this event on the channel before, but we're going drag racing. The first part of this year I spent on the streets with the car, and it was because I was kind of concerned that maybe the engine in the car, it's a 2JZ, it's a stock block with the Brian Crowder 264 cams and valve train. But other than that, the bottom end is stock rebuilt, and I was a little concerned with it. We have the tune that I drag raced last year with, it was 762 horsepower. And then I've got an 811 horsepower tune, which I've never even used. But I was trying to get my new built block in the car before we went to this event to end off the year and try to run 8's. Previously run 958, but didn't have time to get the engine in, so we're running the engine that it's got. And I took 70 pounds out of the car and put those new QA1 mod shocks on the back. I think those are really going to help, so we're going to just give it a go and see if we can get in the 8's or not. But we're almost to the track. Today's Friday. The track prep's not usually that good. They have a session from noon to 6. Probably do an 1/8 mile run just to check my initial shock settings and see how the car's moving off the line, see what the 1/8 mile time looks like, and see if it looks like we might have an 8-second quarter mile run. I guess we'll see how it goes when we get there. Coming in hot. Nice. Alright, we've gotten our tech cards. Now this is the tech card, gives all the information about me and the car. We're going to take it down to the end of the track where the tech inspector is. He looks over the car, tells me it's super dangerous, I missed a bunch of stuff, and then he says have a good time. So let's go down there and see what he has to say. I think, yeah, I'm all legal. So it'll be interesting to see if he finds anything, but no biggie. Let's go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright, so this is the tech inspector. He goes over the whole car, makes sure everything's safe for the times that you run and all that. You have to have certain equipment, certain this, that, and the other, and so you mark it all down on the sheet. And then when you crack one off, they look at your sheet and go, okay, he's good to do that. Because if you just come here in a street car and you just crack off a 990 or something and you're wearing a lap belt, they're gonna have a problem with that. So I go through all the gear. This is all the fire suit. This is flame retardant, so it won't catch on fire. Hans device, along with like the flywheel on the car, the clutch, the everything when you get to this speed. But I'm too legit to quit. So we're good.
What brand? Star Pearl Fox.
My first attempt at an 8-mile run, just to see if those rear shocks were doing what they're supposed to. Definitely see less dip in the back. However, I'm getting some tire shake right off the line. The 60 foot was not that great at 154. My previous best 8 mile per hour was 114, so I'm at 116 there. The time isn't as good as my last one at 622. One of the things that I wanted to do was put a paint marker on the rear tires to see if they're spinning in the wheels, because I think they might be, and that would explain why it's kind of skittering off the line. But we'll make some changes, let things cool down, and then we'll give it another go. We're just working on 8th mile stuff today. I really don't need to blast off the whole quarter mile until I know my 8th mile time says, you're gonna have an 8, buddy. That's really all I'm working towards here this weekend, so we'll let it cool down and go eat some food and do it again soon.
That's it? That's all you got?
Nice!
I didn't even jump!
I gave the kids the super snappers, whatever those are. Those are awesome, huh?
Yeah.
Now we want more?
Oh, hey, no more over here by the car, though.
Okay.
Say thank you.
I brought these specifically for your kids.
Perfect. Go over there and play with them. Away from the cars.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Wait, and slam on it. Will it pop?
You gotta film YouTube video.
Wait, you got a YouTube channel?
Heck yeah, I have a YouTube channel. You're gonna be on it. Scaring your dad. That's why we film all this, because it's fun. Alright, one of the things I was thinking of is the rear tires were chattering on that last run right off the line. And I'm thinking maybe the wheels or the tires are spinning in the wheel. It did happen on the street tires, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark the tire right at this valve stem, so next time I make a run I can come back and see if that line is still in line with my bow stem. If it isn't, then I know that the tire's moving around on the wheel, and it'll tell us more about what's going on.
There's still more. There's still more. How fast does this go? I don't want to hurt.
Still Friday, testing day, and we're done. Well, pretty much. 2 8-mile runs, just trying to get the short track good with the new shocks and the settings and all of that. Haven't gotten there yet. The first one was 150. Well, actually, both of them are 154 on the 60 foot. Fastest 60 foot in this car so far was 138. Problem is, on that last run, I did third gear burnout. It was super epic. But now third gear is gone. I hear it bouncing around in the transmission, but it is deceased. It is not coming back. It's gone forever. F it, you know? We're here, having fun. We're gonna have fun anyway. I'm gonna go do, I still got first and second gear, so we'll put some abuse on them. I'm gonna do some more shock adjustments and tire pressure adjustment. Try to get that 60 foot down, because at 154, I mean, it's consistent at 154, but you can see in the video it's spinning right off the hit. So I've lowered the air pressure in the tires, and then softened up the compression on the rear to kind of get me back somewhat to go in the direction I was with the old shocks. So anyway, we're having a good time still. It's no racing, like no expectations racing. And when you don't have a running car, I mean, we might be able to put this over in the car show and win something with it, but we're gonna do some more 60 foot stuff and just kind of work on that. And that's still, 60 foot is like everything. It'll tell you everything about your run. So we still have some metrics that we can play with the car and like figure things out. So that's what we're gonna do.
Put a third, beating out his pad time, but that was not. That will bring up Steve Moon out of Apple Valley, Minnesota, the 2013 Toyota Scion FRS.
Looks like I should have joined the burnout competition. on some night drifting. Yeah, pretty much car's broken, but night drifting's another thing at this event, and it's super awesome to watch. See it.
Maybe. 11 seconds.
Okay, with no third gear, we're just working on 60-foot time stuff. Trying to get these rear shocks dialed in. Did a couple of launches there and just went right into spin. So I cranked up the rebound because it looked like it was dipping good. Still had traction. And then it bounced back up in the back. So I chaunched the rebound all the way. So now hopefully, and that after that last run, it did real good. The back dipped down and it's kind of stayed there. Did a best 60 foot I've ever done at 137 with a 1. So we're getting places. It was just weird that that first one before that went right into spin, and now things are sick. So we're gonna add a little bit more air pressure. It's squashing the tire pretty good, and see if we can improve upon that. We're having fun. We're out here. I don't know how many cars are in my class. There aren't a whole lot of drag racers here this weekend. I might just win with no third gear, who knows? So I've got the log open on the fuel tech. I'm looking to see if maybe I got too much RPM when I leave the line. Did have a good 60 foot on the last run, so I'm just trying to maybe see what's going on, if I can lower the RPM and make it not spin. But it's a handy little feature. You can open the laptop. I just got a cord in the dash, plug it in the laptop, and start pulling up the log. So we'll see what we got. Next is eliminations, and I think there's only like 2 cars in my class, so we're gonna hope for luck this time. Going into eliminations, I had this missile of an Eagle Talon that I was supposed to line up with, and that wasn't going to work out very well for me because he was running deep in the 8's. So I think this was going to be it. But for whatever reason, he rolled through the beams and red lit, so that means I win. with a broken car. Now the next round would have been the final round, and I was supposed to line up against Nate in this super fast black Civic hatchback. He had previously had a buy run and just gave it because he was out there looking for his best time. I mean, we're all just out there kind of looking for our best time. But he cracked off an 8:05 and lost oil pressure. I think that 8:05 was his best time ever. But because he lost some oil pressure, he did not make it to the final. So I had a buy run in the final. So sometimes that's how racing works, and sometimes you, well, I guess technically won, but really nobody beat me. And for that, I parked it in the winner's circle.
See how he jumps up. That 10 without third gear.
I know, so it overboosted. That's what I did that first time too. I was able to get a little trophy and 25 BIR bucks, they call them, which got me this fancy hat. Definitely have some work to do before next season. Glad I didn't rush and get that new built block in the car, because I would have just broke the transmission and been out anyways. So we've got some work to do, put the new built block in, see about building up a CD009 transmission, because that's going to be needed now too. And then we'll just come out hard next year and see if we can crack off 8's next year. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just a dude with his camera phone and filming stuff. And so if you like this video, hit like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one, because we cars 24/7.